All right, 2 videos ago, we installed a turbo onto our single cam Honda Civic. This is a 1997, Honda Civic. And I have been wanting to install a turbo on one of these cars since the beginning of my YouTube channel. And obviously we finally did it. 1 video ago, we did we just buttoned some things up. I put a slim radiator fan in. I completed the intercooler piping, and I trimmed the bumper to make it fit. So we are nearing the end of completion of this. Now what we're going to do in today's video, as you can tell by the title, is we're going to be making an exhaust. So what I did was I went on Amazon, I typed in 2.5-inch stainless exhaust and got a bunch of different kits that popped up. Here's the kit I bought. I will link this in the description below. So it basically comes with 2 of everything. It did not come with that flange or those hangers or that piece. I bought that flange and that piece together off of eBay. So I will link that kit down below. I also, you might have saw a flex pipe and 2 flanges. I ordered those separately. I'll link all that below. So what the goal is in this video is to take those pieces, cut them how we want them, and have them TIG welded by Landon, who you saw in the last video, and then we'll have an exhaust. I don't know if I'll have enough to do a full exhaust. I would like to, but we're definitely just going to do a downpipe that's going to bolt into the stock location of the stock exhaust, which is, you can see right there, hanging down a little bit. So here's where we have to go through. We got to come out of the turbo and go right down through this hole somewhere, and then we have to wrap it up under the oil pan right there and go back to that location. So I think what I'm going to do is take one of these and do over a 90-degree back down. I'm going to try to keep it away from this plastic fan and try to keep it away from the clutch slave cylinder there. But I'll probably go back. I didn't really want to, but I'll probably go back and wrap just this part of the downpipe just to save this fan from being melted and, you know, keep heat off of everything else. Now, we are going to have to weld some O2 bungs into this, including an air-fuel ratio bung, but we'll just go back and do that later on. So anyway, unless this video is probably going to be over a couple days, well, it definitely will be. I might order the wideband and it come in this video. Anyway, you guys will see that. Unnecessary knowledge. So let's just go ahead and start fitting pieces up. If you know, you know. So stainless is just hard metal, and it really sucks to work with. If you've ever tried to drill a hole in one, you understand it. So the Sawzall worked great until the blade got hot, which is pretty, basically after one cut. And then it dulls. It just dulls instantly, just like a drill bit. You really got to cut slow and keep it cool. The whiz wheel works a whole lot better. All right, let me give you guys an update. So this is kind of difficult, something I've never done before, but here's our downpipe right now. It is actually not going to work because this wraps under the oil pan, and right now it's kind of going up and hitting on the oil pan, so I cut too much off right here. I need to drop this down some. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, but I figured I would kind of quit showing me just sitting here working on it because that'll get kind of boring. But yeah, so kind of neat. Here's our downpipe, you know, this is what it's gonna look like just a little bit further down. It's difficult to hold this onto the flange. I really have no good way to do that. It'd be nice if you could like use a magnet, but this is stainless, so you obviously can't do that. So we're gonna keep working. Twist it towards you.
Tell me where do you think I can put this down?
bottom of this?
Yeah, no.
Good. Go!
Ready? Alright.
All right, you guys have kind of got some chopped up clips the last couple of, well, for you minutes, but days for me. So I have, this thing's been a lot of trial and error. That's why I'm not doing something and explaining it, you guys will get bored to death. So anyway, Landon got what I had cut, tacked up yesterday. The flange just fell off because it's hard to, you got that thick flange on that thin gauge pipe. So I just laid some heavy tacks on there. You're gonna see some ugly tacks. Those are mine, not his. So here's what we're working with. Wraps around, it looks great. And then it dumps out right there. So now we've got this piece that I just did a bad cut on. We're gonna run it up under and use the flex pipe. You want to have a flex pipe in your exhaust just to relieve some stress on the exhaust, because it's coming from an engine that's got torque going to exhaust bracket, exhaust mounts. Now your rubber exhaust hangers will help, but it's good to have a flex pipe in there. So anyway, all we're gonna do now is run it into the stock exhaust location right there. And that's it. So I'm gonna go ahead, keep fitting pieces up. I'll have Landon finish weld it, TIG weld it, and then we'll be good to go. Guys, the downpipe came out perfect. It's cool to see the final product. So I still have to have Landon weld some O2 bungs in there and then a bracket down here that we got to go ahead and make. So we'll go ahead and throw it on the car, and actually my bolts to bolt this to the turbo are a little long, so instead of getting new ones, I'm just gonna cut them. So we got to do that, and then we'll mount it all up. I want to take the old exhaust off, and then we'll be good to go. So let's go ahead and throw this on. So I actually do not need to trim these bolts. Once I put a lock washer on there, they're actually a perfect length. So we are all good with that. So I'm just gonna get this on here. Then I'm gonna go under the car and fit up our bracket down there, and bend it, cut it, bend it, and then tack weld it. So let's go under the car. First, I guess I'll show you the downpipe. Wraps under there. Fits there. I did get some like heat tape to put here just to keep that fan shroud from getting hot. I might move the whole radiator over just a hair, but it's not bad. See it down there? Wraps under right there. So there is a OEM bracket location right behind the oil pan. Right there, we're going to use one of those bolts just to tie the downpipe in a little more secure. All right, guys, so the thing we got to figure out now is the wastegate. I don't know how much room I got for the dump tube, so we might have to modify that, but I'm not gonna modify it in this video. I'm just gonna kind of get it mocked up there and see what we need to do. You guys won't be able to see much, probably down through this hole, but let's go ahead and take a look at this. She's running. You guys are going to see some smoke from that turbo blanket. Those things smoke a lot when they first get hot, and then it'll settle down some. So we're going to go ahead, put the bumper on, pull this thing out of the garage so we can get the rail buggy in here. But I'm thinking we're done for this video. Next thing we need to do is get gauges and all that stuff, but I think we're good. So let's throw the bumper back on real quick. good news, she runs. So, we are finished with today's video. For you guys, it was a day. For me, it was like 2 weeks. So that's the first time I've ever messed around with anything exhaust-wise like that. Very cool to see how it came out. I'll link the kit down below that I used. I still have quite a bit right here. So my plan is to use that to go all the way out the back of the car, and we'll do that another day. But I'm very excited how it turned out. It's looking great. It's making some boost. I need to do some gauges before I really get into it. And I need to swap out some gaskets because we kind of reused some gaskets. I've got new ones over here, but we'll do that later on. So, you guys saw it all. There's not much to talk about. If you have any questions about any of this, let me know. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever done anything like this. I just tacked it up with a 110 welder, not stainless wire or anything. Then I gave it to Landon. You saw that. He went and tigged it with stainless wire. So that was extremely, extremely convenient. Now, you could just take this to an exhaust shop and have them do it, or you can do what everybody else does and run it up out of the hood. But I really kind of wanted to try to avoid that. So, and we did. So next thing we need to have Landon do is weld 2 O2 sensor bungs in it, one for the wideband, one for the normal O2 sensor. Random fact of the day, the O2 sensor that is after the catalytic converter does not affect how the car runs. All that does is just measure your airflow through the cat and basically let you know if it's clogged up or not. It'll give you a like a downstream O2 code for a check engine light, just telling you your cat is clogged, needs replaced. So we're doing away with that one. I'm gonna have a check engine light for now, but I think you can get that tuned out. So the bungs, what else? Oh, I need to have them fully weld that bracket we made today. And then, I don't know, I don't really know what the next video is gonna be. Probably just, I don't really know. I gotta think on that. I need to get the gauges, but I'm waiting to purchase those for a little bit. So now I'm just gonna clean my workbench because the garage is a disaster from all that. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope I helped some of you out. If I can do, I know every YouTuber says this, if I can do this, you guys can do it. But trust me, if you work on cars at all, you can do this. I mean, you saw me do it. It's honestly, it's easy. As long as you have somebody that can weld stainless, it's easy. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, feel free to comment. And I really appreciate all you guys staying with me. So let's keep growing. Thanks, guys.